This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. Considering the trends observed over the past few decades, it is clear that Rolex can experience significant price fluctuations. Have you ever wondered what causes these dramatic shifts? In luxury timepieces, Rolex stands out as one of the most revered and admired brands. Renowned for their exquisite craftsmanship, timeless designs, and lasting value, Rolex watches have long been regarded as emblems of prestige and success. However, current trends have ignited significant discussions and caused concern among enthusiasts and collectors. A noticeable decline in Rolex watch prices. What is the driving force behind this unexpected market shift? Is it a brief anomaly or indicative of deeper, more substantial changes? In today's video by The Luxury World, we will explore the complex factors contributing to the drop in Rolex prices, including market dynamics, production strategies, and the elusive gray market, aiming to uncover the truth behind this intriguing development. If you have not subscribed to our channel, we encourage you to do so to stay updated on our future videos. Rolex prices have dropped sharply, plummeting by as much as 30% from their peak in 2022. Despite this, some models have seen their values increase, with auction houses setting new records. What does this downturn mean for the future of the brand? Let us break down the factors behind the price drop and what might signal Rolex to move forward. Recently, the secondary market for used Rolex watches has seen prices slide, while entry-level models and brands like Omega are holding their value better. After wild price surges in 2021 and early 2022, the market has cooled off. Remember when Rolex watches were flying off the shelves? Those days are gone. The decline in Rolex prices began in April 2022, influenced by higher interest rates and a crypto crash. During the pandemic, pre-owned Rolexes and other luxury watches hit record highs, but now the market tells a different story. It is like the market is playing hard to get, leaving us to wonder what is next. Rolex prices were comfortably sitting at around $60,000 on the index way back in February 2022. However, like a party that ends abruptly with a noise complaint, the fun did not last. By the end of the year, prices had plunged to $36,000 and now linger around $34,000. This steep decline resembles a roller coaster ride, driven by a bubble in the watch market with Rolex at the center of these challenging dynamics. Speculative investors were snapping up Rolex watches faster than hotcakes, betting on significant returns. However, as with all bubbles, once it burst, the enthusiasm waned, demand for Rolex professional models subsided, and prices declined more swiftly than expected. Over the past half year, the Bloomberg Subdial Watch Index, which tracks luxury brands like Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, and Rolex, shows these timepieces have been holding onto price tags above their retail costs in the secondary market. But since late 2022, there has been much talk on Wall Street about the Fed potentially increasing interest rates, a move that might jolt the US economy and stock market. Despite this, the broader economy has shown resilience and continued to progress. However, the luxury watch market has not been as fortunate, experiencing a downturn in what has proven to be a challenging environment. As prices drop, the secondary market is seeing less hype and models that were once in high demand are now cooling off. So, what does this mean for Rolex? While some models remain strong, the market is shifting. There is talk of oversupply, with too many watches and not enough buyers. It's as if everyone had a Rolex fever, but now it feels like a bad hangover. This noticeable slide in Rolex prices is not just a coincidence. It is the result of several factors, including what some might call the bursting of the luxury watch market bubble. During the pandemic, luxury watches became the new gold rush, with investors piling into these elegant timepieces as a secure investment, driving demand and prices to impressive levels by early 2022. However, as the economy wobbled and inflation fears grew, the tide turned and investors started offloading their flashy collections, causing prices to tumble. The luxury watch market is evolving as brands adapt to fluctuating demand and pricing in today's changing economic landscape. Consumers are gravitating toward rare and underrated pieces, creating a buzz around smaller-sized watches. Just like in fashion, less can often mean more, and in luxury watches, smaller is becoming the new trend. Despite a general downturn in demand, Rolex has been thriving, hitting record highs in watch supply. Even during the pandemic, when many brands slowed down, Rolex maintained its production rate at approximately 800,000 to 1 million watches annually. Not one to rest on its laurels, Rolex is investing heavily in new factories and gearing up to boost shipments, particularly to meet the growing demand in Asian markets. Rolex is also staying current by introducing a certified pre-owned program. Authorized dealers can now offer pre-loved Rolex watches that have been rigorously checked and refurbished by Rolex themselves, providing buyers and sellers with a smoother experience. This program has slightly relaxed prices in the resale market, as these certified pre-owned watches come with complete paperwork, adding extra value to the deal. While Rolex does not explicitly set prices for its certified pre-owned watches, individual retailers determine them based on market trends and other nuances. This has created a competitive market where dealers try to undercut each other, leading to a slide in prices. Interestingly, some bold retailers are marking up their certified pre-owned watches by as much as 50% over standard pre-owned market rates for similar models. This aggressive pricing strategy is contributing to the overall dip in pre-owned prices, sparking a self-perpetuating cycle of decline. Although this trend might initially seem like a challenge for sellers, it is stirring the market, making it more dynamic and competitive. Now, let us look at the bigger picture. The Comprehensive Watch Market Index, which monitors 60 luxury timepieces from brands like Rolex, Patek Philippe, and Audemars Piguet, has taken a 32% nosedive since March 2022. Several factors contribute to this scenario. For starters, there has been a ramp-up in production and supply, especially with Rolex, which has been opening new factories to meet demand. It is like baking more cakes than there are celebrations. While everyone loves a good Rolex, an increase in available watches has put pressure on prices. Additionally, the dip in luxury watch demand is tied to climbing interest rates and tighter spending on non-essentials like electronics, furniture, and fashion. Consumers are becoming more cautious with their wallets, impacting the luxury watch market. Interestingly, while overall demand dips, certain top-shelf models, like those from Omega, are bucking the trend and increasing in value, even outpacing some of the fanciest Swiss models. Additionally, the recent dip in Rolex prices might be the market's way of finding its balance after the luxury watch bubble popped. It is more of a reset to realistic levels rather than a full-on crash. Similar trends are seen with other high-end brands like Omega and Vacheron Constantin, while they seem to be maintaining steady prices amidst the fluctuations. On the other hand, Rolex is proactively addressing these market challenges by ramping up both supply and demand. They are constructing new facilities and boosting production to meet the increasing appetite for their watches. Additionally, they are focusing on the Asian market, which is emerging as a hotspot for luxury timepieces. The growing demand for luxury watches, including Rolex, is largely driven by the booming Asian market. Countries like China, with their rising wealth and disposable incomes, are fueling a strong interest in high-end timepieces. As more people in these regions seek to invest in luxury watches, Rolex stands to gain significantly by increasing supply to capitalize on this growing demand and strengthen its market position. As for what is next for Rolex, it remains uncertain, especially with changing tastes among the younger crowd. Today's up-and-comers are not as impressed by traditional luxury watches, preferring the technological sophistication of smartwatches and other devices that offer more functionalities than just timekeeping. This shift is putting some pressure on Rolex's appeal, reducing demand from what it once was. Whether it is the right time to buy a Rolex depends on your goals. If it is about personal satisfaction and the joy of owning a Rolex, then any time is an enjoyable time since these watches tend to hold their value. However, if you are thinking about flipping a Rolex for a quick profit, you might want to reconsider, as the market can be unpredictable for such endeavors. What are your thoughts on the topic we discussed in this video? If you found it enjoyable, please consider leaving a comment and giving it a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for future updates and more content. Thank you for tuning into the luxury world, and we eagerly anticipate your presence in our upcoming videos.